That's about it. Next, we have our double inside turn with an explosion. That's what we decided to call it this month. So, back, break, trip, full step, and trip, full step, back, break, free spin, back, break. Go ahead.
So what's happening for the very first triple, we want to get the follower to 2.5 turns. So we're going two turns, sorry, two. So do back, break, trip, full step. At this time, I'm grabbing the follower's left hand and then bring it over to like trip, full step. For this back break, I'm initially going to turn my left hand, switching to my right hand for push out for back break. From here, just do free spin. Trip, full step, back break.
So some important things here, followers, we want to make sure that we have a nice, good, strong connection. Leaders, make sure you're turning the follower over the top of her head. This doesn't travel a lot, follows. The leader is kind of moving so that we pass him, but we are not moving a lot. So we're going to do 2 spins over those 3 steps. Leaders, once the follower has rotated around, then you can move the hand to go over your head, not before she's made it around those 2 turns. You're going to grab the hand, we're going to triple forward, and then leaders, it's really important, between this triple and the back break, you're going to initiate turn with this hand, pick it up with the next hand. We want to already be rotated around before we do this back break. And then we're going to do our free spin.
Yep, one more time. Back break, trip, full step, back break, trip, full step, back.
The last thing we talked about was hitch kicks and rondes, which are some styling for our back breaks that we can throw in to all of our patterns.
So first one, we're doing hitch kicks. So as you're doing basic, trip, full step, hitch and go. Or 1, 2.
So these can happen to the side, back. They can happen to the front, but only if you were going to kick directly towards the floor and keep your toe pointed, because we don't want any heels to be coming at our partners. So I recommend, Jonathan and I both recommend to the side or backwards. You can do forward, but we got to keep that toe towards the ground. Our next option, which has the same timing as our ronde, so it's going to be trip, full step, 1, 2. We want to make sure that we're not taking too big of a ronde. We don't want to have to bend our knee to get out and around. That's going to take too long. It's just from kind of side, 45 degrees here, around to the back. Nice tiny circle, and 2. So this is 1 and 2. And we can add those in anywhere. They're not a leadable or they're not a lead pattern. So if we're just doing our basics here, Jonathan can decide if he wants to do one. Right? He's not leading that. And we want to make sure as we do these that we're not disturbing our connection. So unless the leader was looking, our partner was looking at us, they wouldn't even know that we were doing something different. And that is the goal. And that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. We'll see you guys next week for a review.
Sure.